Hey y'all, my name is Yvette and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving a quick review of Hench by Natalie, Zina, Walschots, a novel about a woman who works as a freelance henchwoman for supervillains. In this world, there are whole teams of hench people who work behind supervillains, from office workers to tech support to hired muscle. So like you'll have people working in an office working logistics and running data, and then you'll have scientists and R&D who creating new gadgets for you, and then you'll have like a whole camera crew and media team behind you for when you need to broadcast a threat to a city, which all sounds very exciting, but the actual day-to-day of working is actually very mundane, and it includes things like having to go to a temp agency to find work and dealing with annoying bosses and office drama and stuff like that. The main character, Anna, is the kind of hench who does data entry, and as a freelancer she takes whatever work she can find. So it's not like she has any power or she wants to do all this evil work. She's just kind of trying to get by, and one day as she's working she ends up collateral damage as a hero swoops in to save the day. She ends up with a shattered femur and a lot of free time on her hands, and all of that idleness leads her to become very angry at the whole superhero system that led her to be so severely and unnecessarily injured. Like, yeah, she was working for a supervillain, but she was barely a grunt, and she didn't deserve to have her whole life ruined for standing in the wrong place at the wrong time. So she starts calculating the cost of life of superheroing, which includes putting a value on injuries like hers, injuries of innocent bystanders, property damage, people dying, and she does all this using methods that experts use to calculate the damage from natural disasters. What she finds is that there is a staggering amount of loss each time a superhero is active, and whatever good they do is vastly outweighed by the harm they cause the world. She posts her findings online and it gets a little attention, and from there she sinks much further down the path of villainy. I love this book a lot. It takes a different look at superheroes, and like I've read books before where it paints the superhero worlds as flawed, like Dreadnought by April Daniels or the C.B. Lee series, but this one takes more of the approach of like the TV show The Boys, where there are some heroes who are straight up despicable and unrepentant about the damage they cause as they superhero, and like they don't care that they ruin lives as just another part of their day. And I love that Anna is a villain. Like, she's not a hero or an anti-hero, she's just a villain. And it does help that in this world superheroes aren't much better than villains, and there are times when she questions what she's doing or she hesitates, but at the end of the day she is a villain and she does bad things. What motivates her is rage, and I love a female character who is just angry, who is allowed to be angry and have anger be the thing that fuels them. And she's mad, like she's big mad. She has enough spite to crush cities, and she's just so angry that superheroes are able to get away with pretty much anything unchecked. So her anger is kind of a righteous anger, but at the same time she could be super petty about it, and I really love that too. Before her leg broke, Anna was completely content with being a mediocre pencil pusher. She had her jobs and she had her friends, and yeah, her life wasn't the greatest, but it was hers, and it was ruined on the whim of a superhero who sent her flying across the room with just like an offhand gesture, and now she may never walk again. It didn't have to happen, so now Anna is out for blood. And something else that I really liked about this book is that it took skills like data entry and data collection and tedious number crushing and turned it into something powerful. Like, Anna was just making spreadsheets, and who doesn't love a good spreadsheet? And with those spreadsheets and her anger, Anna is ready to fuck up the lives of some superheroes. This book isn't just a villain origin story, it's like a villain ascension story, and it's so well written and it's just really good. Also worth mentioning is that this book is very queer. Like, the main character is queer, and there are multiple side characters and throwaway characters who are queer, and like there's not really any homophobia in this world. It's just kind of a world where queerness is a norm. If you want to know more about this book, the author actually did an interview with Smart Bitches Trashy Books, and that interview is actually what made me want to read this book, so I'll link that down below if you want to listen. Content warnings for life-altering injury, surgery and recovery, involuntary medical procedures, anxiety and PTSD, panic attacks, death, gore and violence, and it gets very gory at the end. So yeah, if you like superheroes, you might like this book, and if you really don't like superheroes, you might like this book too. And I also listened to this book on audiobook, and the narrator does a pretty good job, so I'd recommend that as well. If you read this book, come tell me what you thought about it in the comments below. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.